On today's podcast, we recognize the top 10 qualifiers of each breed who are invited to compete in the top 10 show on Friday night at the Winter Classic. Thanks for joining us today. You're listening to the UKC Hunting Ops Podcast, celebrating hunting dog heritage, competition, and community. United Kennel Club has been the hunting dog sports home for coonhounds, beagles, retrievers, pointers, cur, feist, and more for over 125 years.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be in Batesville this year, right? Still same
Yep,
place?
it's going to be in Batesville. Yep, it's going to be in Batesville. The Winter Classic is all every year. It's in Batesville. I forget how many years we've been here. We're probably coming up on 10 years or more by now. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
always
so.
a good time at Winter Classic at Batesville. I'm joined here today by Danielle Champ. She's our bench show program manager, and as mentioned in the onset. Daniel, we're going to talk about every dog that made the top 10 of each breed. So 10 dogs of each breed. We're going to go through and recognize those. We're going to do that here in a little bit. But before we do that, I have some exciting news I want to share for a couple sponsors for the Winter Classic. And the first one is Coon Dog Wear. They are, again, going to sponsor the warm-up hunts that happen on Wednesday and Thursday night at the Winter Classic. That's a slam event where all dogs draw out together regardless of category. It's a $35 entry fee, kind of a warm-up hunt, if you will, for folks that come down early, get their dogs warmed up. It has been a big hit. Usually we hit 100 dogs or more Wednesday and Thursday night, and it's just a good way for folks to come down early, turn their dogs loose a little bit. Our hunts, that's going to be Wednesday, February 11th, and Thursday, February 12th. Coon Dog Wear sponsors puts up a $1,000 added purse each night for a total of $2,000 that is divvied out to the winners at the end of each night. Again, those are 1 hour hunts, $35 entry fee, and with over 100 plus entries each night, that makes for a very, very nice payout. And if they split it, generally they split that, and it's generally north of $500 a piece to split that. I think, matter of fact, we've hit close to 700. So for a little $35 entry fee, that is pretty solid. Hey, in addition to that, the Mississippi State Association also takes up memberships. I think they're $25 a piece. Anybody can sign up to be a member. And if you are a member of the Mississippi Raccoon State Association, they offer another $500 bonus on top of that. So that adds up to a nice little pot for the warm-up slams. But hey, the owner, BK Kyling, he is a great dude. He loves this sport. He does this like most folks do. This is his hobby. He's got a real job, and he is in the entertainment business. A lot of folks don't know that about William here. BK, they call him. But he's a great dude. He owns Coon Dog Wear, but he does this on the side and loves the sport. Coon Dog Wear, if most folks that have been to our events have seen them set up. They have some awesome apparel. And now just recently in the last year or two, they've also dabbled into the hunt supplies. So they will actually be set up on the arena floor at the Winter Classic as a vendor, and you'll get to see them down there. So they'll be very visible there. So I want to thank Coon Dog Wear and BK Kyling again for sponsoring the warm-up events, $2,000 sponsor there. And make sure you go to their website, check out all of the apparel that they have and all the hunting supplies there. So thank you to Coon Dog Wear. Next one is another exciting sponsor, a new one. That just came on board. And they're a newer supply store that came on the scene here in the last couple of years, making huge waves. They're from Quitman, Arkansas. They have a brick and mortar store. It's a huge store, huge supply of inventory, all kinds of they have all your regular Garmin, your dog trail, your tracking systems, your hunt supplies, lights, different kinds of lights, all kinds of apparel, hunting gear, clothes, everything. Summer Reynolds is the manager of the store. You might have seen a lot of her. She's puts out a lot of TikTok clips and things of that nature. And they are very visible in a hurry. They have quickly become one of the most exciting new companies out there when it comes to hunting supplies. So big news for UKC here. They are going to be the sponsor of the UKC Triple Crown. That's a $3,000 sponsorship that ends up going to the overall winner of the Triple Crown. So, what is the Triple Crown? Triple Crown is UKC's three biggest events. That does not include the TOC, but it's the Winter Classic, it's Autumn Oaks, and the World Championship. Those three events. At the Winter Classic, you can earn top 10 or earn Triple Crown points for each cast win. You get 50 points for a cast win on Friday night, 50 points for a cast win on Saturday night, for a total of 100. So those dogs with double cast wins coming out of the Winter Classic are going to be the leaders of the Triple Crown. Move on to the second leg of the Triple Crown is Autumn Oaks, where that's just one hunt over 2 nights, where a dog can get 50 points for a cast win at Autumn Oaks. Now, that doesn't include the Grand 16 if a Grand Night was to get into the Grand 16. It's only for the first round. So 50 points at Autumn Oaks. Then the third and final leg is the World Championship, where 25 points are available each night at the zones, Friday 25 and Saturday 25 points. And then at the World Finals, in the World Championship, there's 10 points available for cast wins at the finals, for a grand total of 90 points that are available at the zones and the finals combined. So that's how you earn your Triple Crown points each year. And then obviously the dog with the most points at the end of all three of those is the winner. And it goes on a pretty elite list of Triple Crown winners that's been started since 2000. So we're in about year 26 now for this. So, but it's a great little deal that has been. It just recognizes those dogs that competed in all three of our UKC's administered events: Winter Classic, Autumn Oaks, and the World Hunt. And a dog has to enter and compete in every one of those to be eligible. So there we go. And again, go to dogandhunt.com and check out their online sales. They have a huge supply of inventory online. So we want to thank Dog and Hunt Supply for coming on board, and they are now going to be the presenting sponsor for the UKC Triple Crown. Exciting.
Yeah, definitely visit them at Winter Classic too, because they have big vendors there as well. It's really nice.
They will. They will be at the Winter Classic this year. They'll have a space set up and they'll be very visible. Always have a super nice setup as well. So looking forward to having them there. All right, folks. Sure appreciate everybody tuning in. Today we're going to talk about the top 10, the dogs that are qualified for the top 10 bench show at the Winter Classic. And that's going to happen on Friday night at the Batesville Civic Center. It's going to become a feature of sorts and a fun show to watch. Happens on Friday night. We do a parade of all the dogs that are qualified for it. Those are the dogs we're going to talk about today. Hey, we're going to use a 3-person panel judging system again, where a dog is going to go into the first judge's ring. That judge is going to give it a score. The dog's going to move over to judge number 2. That judge is going to evaluate, give it a score. And then finally, the dog's going to move over to the third judge, and the same process there. And then it's done for the first round of judging. Judges this year, who we got?
So this year we have Courtney Risk of Sanford, North Carolina. Nicole Sedlecki, she's our vice president here at UKC. And then Alan Cowell from Faribault, Minnesota. Those are our 3 judges for this weekend, or for that weekend at Winter Classic.
Yeah. And hey, they're gonna have fun with it. I think it's kind of a mixed up group of 3 folks, or 3 different people here, different genres, all very well qualified. The oldest being Alan Cowell out of Minnesota. He's judged a lot of shows, and it'd be a first time us having Courtney, and then Nicole Sedlecki. She is very knowledgeable of a lot of things. She's been a quick study in Coonhounds over the last 8 or 9 years that she's been involved, but I think they'll do a great job for us.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch.
$15,000. Can you tell the folks how that works out, how it plays out?
Yeah, so we're going to give out $2,000 for each winner of the 7 breeds. And then when they come back for overall, that overall winner is going to get an additional $1,000. So it's pretty good prize.
Yeah, no kidding. So, and it's become a a great show for us. Well, we have a lot of great shows throughout the year, but this is one of a feature show that happens at one of the first majors, I guess. The Grand American has already happened, but now we're going into the Winter Classic, and this is one of the feature shows there. Hey, it started in 2021, and we've now had four different winners. The first one was a Plot Hound County Line Tuesdays Legacy. Actually, she won the first two top 10. So this is 5 years for it. So we have had the two plots. And then Skyline's Push My Luck, or Redbone, won it in 2023. And then the National Grand Champion, World Champion, Wabash River Lost Highway, the Redbone, won it in 2024. And then most recently, last year, a blue tick, Papa Top Stylish Chrome, that's owned by Amy and Richie McDonald out of Wooster, Ohio, won it last year, and they got the bonus, the $1,000 bonus for that. But pretty big deal here. So we're going to get right into it and talk about our contenders for this year, starting with the Black and Tans. It looks like we got 6 males, 4 females that made the top 10 for Black and Tans. 176 points for the top dog as the number one qualifier, and it took 37 points to get in. Number one, who you got, Danielle?
All right, I have Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 2, PR, Flat Timbers Hardwood Moose with 176 points. This male dog is 4 years old, and it's owned by Bobby and Trenton Livingston of Greenville, Ohio. It is out of Grand Champion Hall of Fame PR, Laurel Valley Doc Holiday HTX, and Little Walnut Black Galaxy. This dog is bred by Dave and Kelly Myers, and some of its notable wins here, we have the 16 category wins. It was your Grand Champion breed winner at Autumn Oaks, as well as your Friday Grand Champion male winner at National Redbone Days and Indiana State Youth Championship. It was your Grand Champion male winner as well.
Hey, that dog's done a bunch of winning already in the last several years, and definitely a serious contender, going to be a serious contender in this group of a very solid group of Black and Tans. Number 2, Scarberry's Mucho Loco Leroy had 174 points, only 2 points behind. That's going to be a 3-year-old that's owned by Colby and Robert Scarberry of Glenwood, West Virginia, probably close in your neck of the woods there, Danielle, somewhere. This dog is off of a Hall of Fame dog, Scarberry's Ragin' Miss Merle. Or that's the mother, actually, Scarberry's Ragin' Miss Merle. And the sire is also Hall of Fame, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Scarberry's Mark of Carbon. The dog was bred by Colby Scarberry. 7 category wins this last year. One of the big notables highlights was the overall best champion male at Autumn Oaks, where the dog picked up 129 of those 174 points.
All right, next coming in third, we're going to have Grand Champion 4, PR Cobra, time 007 with 172 points. This dog is a 5-year-old male owned by Felicia Bailey of Prairie, Mississippi. It's going to be out of Gilman's Good Time Charlie and Gilman's Good Time Scandal, and it's going to be bred by David Gilman. We're going to see his name a lot.
Yeah, and right here on maybe not the next one, but you're right. And here in several others coming up. Number 4, Grand Champion 5, C&M's Outlaw Della Rose had 76 points. That's a 5-year-old female that's owned by Chloe Gibson and Misty Yarrington. There's Misty, I guess. The dog is located in St. James, Missouri. It's off of a dog named Gilman's Abe and Annie's Outlaw, and the mother was Chloe's Hot Sriracha. Bred by Chloe Gibson. Here for 4th place, Outlaw Della Rose, 76 points.
Yeah. Coming up in 5th place for 70 points, is going to be Grand Champion 5, PR Anderson's Sugar Babe. It's going to be a 2-year-old male owned by Donnie Anderson of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And she's going to be out of Bayers, Kansas Top Notch, and Super Annie Up. The breeder of this dog is going to be Eddie Williams and Jill Wax,
I think it is.
Wax.
Yeah, Wax, I think it is. Yeah. Hey, our number 6 qualifier had 64 points, and this is a dog we've seen a bunch in the last couple of years. National Grand Champion winner, was the overall winner at Autumn Oaks, is what that means. Also a World Show Champion. Gilman's Good Time Blues is this dog. He's a 5-year-old male that's owned by Dave and Kelly Myers out of Pennsylvania. And the dog is off of Gilman's Good Time Charlie. That's one of a David Gilman bred dog, and Gilman's Small Time Scandal. And as mentioned here, one of the notable wins for this dog was the 2023 World Champion. 6th place overall, number 6 qualifier.
All right, at 7th place with 42 points is going to be NDA BN Racing NIAPN UAGI Grand Champion 4 Euro 2 Confirmation Grand Champion PR Gilman's Good Time Traditional Spot with spot degree. It's going to be a 5-year-old male owned and bred by David Gilman of Filden, Illinois, and it's going to be again out of Good Time Charlie and Bear Creek Miss Kitty.
Yeah, just there's another Gilman dog. Number 8 qualifier is a night champion, grand champion 3, McPherson's Late Night Gypsy. This dog had 38 points. It's out of Arkansas. It's a 2-year-old female that's owned by Caitlin McPherson. The sire here again was a Gilman dog, Rebel's Redneck Roll, and the mother is Gilman's Good Time Stella, again bred by Mr. David Gilman. Number 8 qualifier, Late Night Gypsy.
Right behind him her at number 9 is going to be Margaritaville Come Monday with 37 points, and she's going to be an 8-year-old female owned by Joe Powers. He's also the breeder of Greenville, Ohio, and it's going to be out of National Grand Champion, 2-time National Grand Champion 2, Margaritaville Lucky Old Son, and Disney's Amazing Grace with 37 points.
Yep. There you go. The sire here of this dog is the only 2-time Autumn Oaks winner. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the only 2-time national winner there for Autumn Oaks. Number 10,
Jam.
last but not.
Sorry,
that's right. Jam, the English. Yep.
Yep.
You're right. Yep, was also a 2-time winner. Number 10 qualifier here for Black and Tans, Grand Champion 2, Ryder Mountains General Beauregard. 37 points. That's going to be a 2-year-old out of Westminster, South Carolina. That's owned by Christopher Cobb. This dog is sired by Hicks's High River Roy, and the mother is Rex's Mountain VW Mountain Black Karma that was bred by Brian Cook. And then, looking at trends here for the Black and Tans here, starting in 2021 when we started the show under this format, it took an average of 30.2 points is what those dogs had in this group in that first year, 30.2 points. Today, the list that we just read off, those dogs' average was 88 points. Just look at that climb, and it just goes to show every year this number has the average number has increased. So it started in 2021 with 30. In 2022, 43 points, up to 73, up to 77. Last year, they averaged 85, and this year went even higher, up to 88.6.
Yeah,
upward
I really
trend.
like that. Yeah, it's starting. Everybody's really liking this top 10 format and the whole Batesville thing. They really like that spotlight.
Yeah. American Leopard Hounds, 3 males, 7 females in this group. 70 points for the top qualifier and 28 points to get in. Who you got at number 1?
All right, number 1 with 70 points is going to be Champion PR Circle M's Fancy Like Applebee's. This is going to be a 2-year-old female owned by Paisley Warner of Beverly, West Virginia, and it's going to be out of Grand Champion Hall of Fame Preaching to the Choir and Grand Champion 5 Gregory's Princess Bella. This is going to be bred by Abby McCorkle, and this is one of our youth handlers here, and she has 12 category wins with this dog and was the Grand Champion female winner and Queen of Show at the Pennsylvania State Youth Championship. She's one to watch for.
She is, man. Paisley's done quite a bit of winning, but she's still pretty young. And this just goes to show she's got the number 1 qualifier. These young kids can get it done. Paisley definitely got it done. So kudos to her. Good job, Paisley. Number 2 qualifier had 12 category wins, was the champion male winner and king of show at American Leopard Hound Days this last year. Ended up with 66 points, and that's going to be grand champion Rosehill Ramblin' Rowdy. This is a 2-year-old male that's owned by Sierra Killen of Talbot, Tennessee. The dog is off of a sire named Rosehill I Do Voodoo, and the mother is Rosehill Black Velvet that was bred by Kevin Minton. Again, that's Rosehill Ramblin' Rowdy, the number 2 qualifier.
Yeah, coming in at 3rd with 60 points is going to be M&M's Southern Swirl's little girl, and this is going to be a 2-time grand champion. She's a 7-year-old female owned by Mike Seats and Brandon Mills or Miles of Stoneford, Illinois. This dog's going to be out of TBK's Treetop and Solo and C&M's Southern Swirl. It's going to be bred by Megan Beery. I'm butchering these names, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Number 4 qualifiers, grand champion Freedom Hills Wildwood Blossom. The dog had 57 points last year. That's a 4-year-old female owned by Olivia Johnson and Gail Whitaker out of Red Bay, Alabama. The dog is sired by Circle M Locust B King George, and the mother is Locust Branch Little Eclipsey. Was bred by Jeffrey Farthing, lives there in Kentucky for, again, Freedom Hills Wildwood Blossom, number 4 qualifier.
Tied for number 4th is going to be a 3-year-old female that's owned by Katie Millwood. She had 57 points, and this is going to be grand champion PR Thunderstruck Silver Flames. This is going to be out of Thunder Skin That Smoke Wagon and Johnson's Dirty Little Secret. This dog's going to be bred by Christy Johnson. Again, that was 57 points, tied for 4th, and that's going to be Silver Flames.
Yep. Number 6 qualifier is a confirmation champion, grand champion for Smoking Aces Midnight Waterfall with 50 points. Another dog out of Missouri, Pleasant Hill, Missouri, actually, a 5-year-old female owned by Savannah McCollum and Buddy Ray. This dog is off of Dee's Screaming Ace, and the mother is Rowdy Ridge's Midnight MIA that was bred by Buddy Ray. They're in Missouri. 6th place qualifier, 50 points.
Coming in tied for 7th, actually, with 46 points, is going to be Thunderstruck Skin That Smoke Wagon. He's going to be a 9-year-old male owned by Haley and Ephraim Kriesman of Silva, North Carolina. This dog's going to be bred by Haley Chrisman, and he's going to be out of Thunderstruck Silver Nugget and H&A's Indigo Sky.
Yeah, there we have a sire and a daughter in the top 10 in this show this year. That'll be pretty cool to see that. Also tied for 7th with 46 points, as you mentioned, for that placement. Rose Hill Coated in Color. That's a grand champion female. She's 2 years old. That's owned by Kevin Minton out of Missouri. This dog, again, is sired by Rose Hill I Do Voodoo and Rose Hill Black Velvet. Breeder is also noted as Kevin Minton. Rose Hill Coated in Color.
All right, coming in at 9th place with 36 points is going to be Champion PR Port Valley Raven. She's going to be a 2-year-old female owned by Sierra Killen of Talbot, Tennessee. And this dog's going to be out of Indigo's Shadow and Seacoast Chanel West Coast. This dog's going to be bred by Megan Chadwick, and she has 36 points, coming in 9th place.
Yep, and our final qualifier here to make this Leopard Hound group is going to be Grand Champion 2 Howling Hills Escaped Alcatraz, 28 points. That's a 5-year-old male owned by Jessica and Paisley Warner of Beverly, West Virginia. The dog is off of a Grand Champion Hall of Fame Preaching to the Choir, and the mother is TKB's Jammin' Junebug, again bred by Megan Beery, and that's last qualifier here to make this group. Hey, looking at the trends and averages that we were talking about here, average here in 2021 was 28 points. That was the first year under this format, 28.5 point average for these dogs. The next year, again, it jumped up to 31, 2023 up again to 39 point average. 2024 took a pretty big hike at 55.3. Backed off just a little bit last year to 54 points. This year it averages out at 51. But again, overall trending up here and a good average number for the Leopard Hounds.
Yeah.
So, hey, with that, we're moving on to the Blue Ticks. 4 males and 6 females this year we're going to look at. 208 points to get in, to be the number 1 qualifier, 66 points to get in for Blue Ticks.
So looks like at first place is going to be our Autumn Oaks Opposite Sex winner, picking up 184 points. As well as this dog also won 18 category wins, and this is going to be Grand Champion PR Winners Blue Fancy Like That. She's going to be a 4-year-old female owned by Michelle Winters and Hayden Nenstill of Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. This dog is going to be out of Winners Blue Buddy and Winners Fancy Blue line. Also, owner and breeder is Michelle Winters as well.
Yeah, congratulations to her. She's up there in the southeast, and when they go to shows, they got to travel a little bit, so they earn some points and 18 category wins. That's just crazy. Obviously, the big one there at Autumn Oaks gathered 184 points there. Second place qualifier, 116 points, comes out of the state of Wisconsin. It's going to be a 3-year-old male owned by Lee Hogan, confirmation champion, field champion, grand champion Hogan Sam. And this dog is off of another decorated sire, Hogan's Willie HTX. The mother is Hogan's Naughty. All of these dogs have all kinds of titles on them. We always say, Trevor and I used to always say, Lee Hogan, he plays all the games. And that's evident by all the titles he puts on his dogs here. So, yeah, again, Hogan Sam was bred by, owned, and handled by Mr. Lee Hogan. 18 category wins last year.
Yeah, and something that you and I had talked about before was, he goes to the local shows and shows. So, being number 2 in the blue ticks, that goes to show you go to any show right here, local or big, and you can make that top 10.
Yep, that's it. You're right.
Coming in at third place with 104 points is also going to be a dog that is bred and owned by Lee Hogan, and this is going to be Grand Field Champion 2, Grand Champion 3, PR Hogan's Maisie. It's going to be a 3-year-old female out of Hogan's Willie and Hogan's Naughty, bred and owned by Lee Hogan.
And litter mates, Sam and Hogan, or Sam and Mays are actually litter mates, second and third. So that's pretty doggone impressive. All right, number 4 is a last year's World Show Champion. That's going to be Grand Champion PR Hat Creek Papa Top Stylish Chrome. Came in with 102 points this last year to be the number 4 qualifier. That's a 3-year-old male that's owned by Amy and Richie McDonald out of Wooster, Ohio. This dog is off of a Grand Night dog named Racket Ridge Crash, and the mother is Razor Ridge Be Just Like Poppy, that is owned or that was bred by Amy McDonald. But again, last year's big win was a World Show Champion, and this dog was actually last year's overall top 10 winner here. So hopefully we'll see this dog back in the group, back to defend this title again.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be back. But coming in at 5th is with 84 points is going to be Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 2, Blue Power Rockin' Ruby. This is going to be a 5-year-old female owned by Diana Weststein of Irondale, Ohio. And this dog is going to be out of Blue Power Rock My World and Rockin' W's I'm So Fancy. She's bred by Whitney Kilo. And then I think Whitney's out of Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. And that's going to be Blues Rockin' Ruby with 84 points.
Yep, number 6 with 78 points is a Grand Champion Hall of Fame PR Missy's Rocky Hills Best. She's a 6-year-old that is owned by Melissa Ann Rossiter out of Orrville, Ohio. The mother was, or the sire was Medicine Man's Eagle Mountain, and the mother is Rockin' W's Drink on It, bred by Joshua Paul Tully, number 6 qualifier. Rocky Hills Best.
Yeah, coming in at 7th with 76 points is going to be Grand Champion Hall of Fame PR, the Coondog Lounge Whistling Coda. She's going to be a 4-year-old female owned by Shayla Reichert of Jefferson, Wisconsin, out of Westfall's High Country, Gemma's Blue Runner. This dog is going to be bred by Brett Westfall with 76 points.
Yep, 1 point behind that, 75 points in 8th place. Grand Champion 2, LCB's Gold Diggin' Blue CJ. That's just a 2-year-old female that's owned by Sarah Frederick, Montana Wood out of Missouri. This dog is sired by Diamond M. Blue Jace's Memory, and the mother is Rattless Louise Code Blue, bred by Mr. Marvin Munson. Gold Diggin' Blue CJ.
And here's in 9th place, here's another Hall of Fame dog with 66 points, and it's no stranger to the top 10. I've seen it quite a few times. It's going to be PR Rockin' W's Surround Sound. He's going to be a 7-year-old male owned by Whitney and Debbie Kilo of Cabot, Arkansas. This dog is going to be out of a Hall of Fame dog, Rockin' W's Rock On, as well as a World Show Champion, Rockin' W's Blue Glamour Girl. And he's going to be bred by Whitney Kilo as well with 66 points.
Yeah, we've got a 5 and a 6-year-old in this group, but this surround sound dog is going to be the oldest one in the group at 7 years of age. Next up, tied for ninth, actually, also here, 66 points, Grand Champion 5, Kraut Creek Blue Rebel. This is going to be a 3-year-old male owned by Robert Welch out of Ohio. And the sire is Hank's Family Tradition. The mother is Kraut Creek Blue Cotton Candy, owned, handled, and bred by Mr. Robert Welch. So, hey, let's look at some trends here. So, 2021, we were looking at an average for this group of blue ticks. Their average points was 62.6. Every year, again, that average went up, or not every year, I guess, but from 62 jumped to 88, up to 99 points average in 2023. Then it dropped back down in 24 to 74.3, back up again last year to 84, and now this year back up to 97.5 for an average. But hey, here again, a great lineup of blue ticks that we're going to see in the feature show on Friday night at the Winter Classic. English Hound, 6 males and 4 females in this group. 210 points for the number one qualifier and 86 points to get in.
Yeah. First up with those 210 points is going to be Kentucky Mountains Southeastern Blue Blessings. It's going to be a 3-time grand champion. She's going to be a 3-year-old female owned by Mike Seats, Penny Turner, and Rhonda Brown of Stoneford, Illinois. And this dog's going to be out of Kentucky Mountain Southeastern's Beers on Me and Kentucky Mountain's Triple Edge Test. She's going to be bred by Penny Turner, and some of her wins is she has an impressive 23 category wins. Some of those wins includes grand champion wins on Thursday and Wednesday at English days, as well as wins at Arkansas State, Georgia State, and West Virginia State. That's just to name a couple of them.
Yeah, so hey, get this. So 210 points for Blessing here, a female, a litter mate. This time is going to be a male, though. A litter mate here, 207 points, 3 points less. How does that happen? Number
Yeah.
2 qualifier, owned by Penny Turner again, and Rhonda Brown, of this time registered to Penny Turner, first out of Kentucky. Again, Beers on Me and Triple Edge Tess are the mother and the father here. Won the overall bench show at the Grand American this last year and was also a winner at English Days on Wednesday and Thursday. Again, dog bred by Penny Turner. But congratulations to them. Two litter mates taking up the number 1 and 2 spots.
That is impressive, and you're going to see their names a couple more times throughout this English top 10.
Yeah.
But coming in third with 116 points is going to be confirmation champion, grand champion 5, PR Rights, Rusty Sprocket. He's going to be a 2-year-old male owned by Bradley Wright of Jasper, Georgia. And this is going to be out of Southbound Slash and Burn and Kentucky Mountain Cinderella Girl Crush. Rhonda Brown's going to be the breeder of this dog as well. And that's Sprocket with 116 points.
Hey, so it's hard enough to do. It seems like to get litter mates in like this, like the number 1 and 2 qualifiers. Your number 3 Sprocket, number 4 qualifier. Guess what? Female that's a litter mate to Sprocket is all and tied. Not this time, they're tied. How ironic is that? Southeastern's Kentucky Mountain Red Rhapsody is the other dog I'm talking about. She's a champion. Again, that is owned by Rhonda Brown, which is the breeder here, and Penny Turner here. Same mother and father, Slash and Burn and Cinderella Girl Crush, but bred by Rhonda Brown here. But yeah, tied for third and fourth, or tied for third, I guess. Sprocket and Rhapsody, litter mates.
Yeah. So in 5th place with 107 points, we're going to give this to a 2-year-old female, which is grand champion 4, Ball and Bluebell. This dog's going to be owned by Jackson Otten and Jeff Otten of West Branch, Iowa. It's going to be out of Hoosier Daddy Rip and Blue Sky. The breeder on this dog is Pete Swin. Again, that's Ball and Bluebell with 107 points.
Yeah, there we go. I thought Pete was a Walker dog guy, but I guess he's got some English dogs as well. Yeah, all right. 6th place overall, 104 points here for grand champion Wills Mountain Dusty Roads. That's going to be a 6-year-old male that's owned by Hunter Booth out of New York. And this dog is sired by Wills Mountain Bullberry, and the mother is Melrose Mountain Hint of Jasmine. That was bred by Lisa Bedingfield. That's the number 6 qualifier, Dusty Roads.
Coming in 7th with 102 points is going to be Renegade Swamps Ain't a Bad Day. It's going to be a 3-year-old male owned by Kristen Gordon of Clayton, North Carolina. And this dog's going to be out of B&W's Moonlight Frosty and Brushy Mountains Rain and Diamonds. He's going to be bred by Kristen Gordon. Again, that's Renegade Swamp Ain't a Bad Day.
All right, next up, we've got 2 dogs tied with 88 points. They're going to be tied for 8th overall. The first one is going to be a 4-year-old male out of Missouri, Grand Champion PR Sugar Camp Cinnamon Twist. That is owned by Robert Mitchell. This dog is sired by Small Town Lone Survivor, and the mother is Daughtry's Big Country Sandy 3. That was bred by Mr. Curtis Daughtry. First of 2 number 8 qualifiers, Cinnamon Twist.
This next dog is going to be bred by Justin Havatter. He's going to be a 2-year-old male owned by Robert Mitchell of Sparta, Missouri, and it's going to be Grand Champion 2 PR, Sugar Camp Sudden Impact, out of a night champion and a Hall of Fame Grand Champion, Down Creek's Blue Ranger, and Grand Night Champion, Grand Champion 3, Smoking Aces Sassy Sally.
Yep, there you go. I think that's going to be Justin Hofstetter. I think we have a misprint in our notes here.
Wow.
Yeah, number 10 qualifier. Last but not least, Sugar Camp Sugar Shock, 86 points here. A young 2-year-old female that, again, is owned by Mr. Robert Mitchell. He had the last 3 qualifiers to get in here, so congratulations to Robert on that. Again, off of Ranger and Sally, and they are, in fact, litter mates again. So I don't know what it is about litter mates here in the English breed, but we're going to see some very closely, should be looking at some very dogs that really resemble each other, I'd say, in this class of 10. So, again, Justin Hofstetter was a breeder here. But Sugar Camp Sugar Shock also tied there with Sudden Impact, litter mates again. So congratulations to everybody getting in. So let's take a look at some trends here. In 2021 was the lowest again, 53, and the highest is this year at 122. So that is a huge jump there. Went from 53 up into the 90s, and then last year in 2024 backed off a little bit. Last year back up in the 80s, and a big jump this year up to 122-point average. So hey, good luck to everybody in the English breed here. We look forward to seeing them all on Friday night.
With Eukanuba, stamina is the one difference I'm seeing. When I'm running hair up north, my dogs will put on 10, 12, 15 miles of solid running, and they just don't tire as easily or as quickly. Oftentimes, my work schedule does not allow me to have the desired physical conditioning on my dogs, but even then, as many as 25 or more miles a day of hard running is just another day in the office. To me, it's been apparent Eukanuba's 30-20 sport formula is making that difference. Eukanuba, the official performance dog nutrition partner of UKC.
Next up, Plot Hounds, 5 males, 5 females, split right down the middle, 246 for the number 1 qualifier and 85 points to get in.
Yeah, and this next dog is no stranger to the winning circle with 246 points. He's going to be National Grand Champion, World Show Champion, DG Champion, Grand Champion, Hall of Fame, PR My Dogs, I'm Calling Dibs, HTX2. This dog's going to be an 8-year-old male owned and bred by Wayne Steele of Wakefield, Virginia. And it's going to be out of another world champion, World Show Champion, Grand Champion, PR Midnight Brindle Donner, and CA Grand Water Champion, Grand Champion, Confirmation Grand Champion, PR My Dog Honeybee. Some of the notable wins this year was it won overall at Autumn Oaks this year, packing on 220 points, as well as it had won 9 category wins this year.
Yeah, this dog's won everywhere. It seems like it's won everything already. Maybe the only thing that it hasn't won basically is this top 10 overall. But hey, he's coming in as one of the seniors, one of the veterans that we'll see on this Friday night show at 8 years of age. So we'll see how he stacks up. He's obviously a nice looking dog. Mention his sire here, Midnight Brindle Donner. I want folks to remember that name because we're going to hear that name numerous times here in this top 10 for plots. Next up is going to be Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion, Southbound Apple Bottom Jeans, 147 points here. That's going to be a 4-year-old female that is owned by Hunter Booth out of Fillmore, New York. The sire is County Line Franklin. The mother is County Line Live Oaks Harper Valley. That was bred by Christina Officer. Notable wins for this dog was probably last year, a year ago, overall Winter Classic Bench Show champion, where it earned 105 of those 147 points. Apple Bottom Jeans, number 2 qualifier.
And another name you're going to hear a lot is Christina Officer, and she's in here as well with 134 points. It's going to be Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 2, PR County Lines Truman. He's going to be a 4-year-old male owned by Christina Officer and Chelsea Bailey of Ravenna, Kentucky. This dog is going to be out of County Line Franklin and County Line Live Oaks Harper Valley. Again, a litter mate to the number 2 dog, bred by Christina Officer. And one of the notable wins is it won the overall plot at the National Plot Days at the Youth Show and Friday Grand Champion male at Plot Days, as well as Virginia State Grand Champion on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, my next, the number 4 qualifier, 117 points, is going to be one of those that I mentioned off of Midnight Brindle Donner, the world champion. This is going to be champion, confirmation, grand champion, Rag Mountain, Stealing Your Thunder. It's a 4-year-old male that's owned by Katie and Jason Woodward out of Virginia. The mother is going to be Woodward's Rag Mountain Nikita. That was bred by Miss Katie Woodward.
Next, for 5th place with 111 points, is going to be Confirmation Champion PR Sidearm Willow Rose. This dog's going to be a 3-year-old female owned by Dee and Al Little and Lori Mills of Whitewell, Tennessee. And she's going to be out of County Line Sidearm Crazy Carter and Circle M Wabash River B Rad. This dog is going to be bred by Lori Mills, and it's going to be Sidearm Willow Rose at 5th place.
All right, number 6 qualifier, another one off the world champion, Midnight Brindle Donner, field champion, confirmation champion, grand champion 4, grand water champion 3, Rag Mountain, ace in the hole. Again, a Katie and Jason Woodward entry here out of Madison, Virginia. 110 points for this 4-year-old male. Again, the mother is Woodward's Rag Mountain Nikita here. A litter mate again to the number 4 qualifier. So I don't know what it is this year, but just seems like more litter mates than I've ever seen in this top 10. But Congratulations. Number 6 qualifier, ace in the hole.
Yeah, number 7 is going to be a litter mate to the number 1 dog. And that's going to be Grand Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, PR Rags Mountain Sweeter Than Honey. 92 points. It's not litter mate, but it's same cross. It's going to be a 6-year-old female owned by Katie Woodward and Jason Woodward of Madison, Virginia, out of World Show Champion Midnight Brindle Donner and My Dog Honeybee. This dog's also going to be bred by Wayne Steele, and it's going to have 92 points. That's going to 7th place, Rag Mountain Sweeter Than Honey.
Yeah, 88 points for the number 8 qualifier, confirmation champion, grand champion 5, Circle M Late Night Disaster. This is a dog that's owned by Abby McCorkle out of Elwood, Indiana. It's a 4-year-old male that is sired by Zul Tadgerson, and the mother is Romeo's Breaking Bad. That was bred by Mr. Darren Fackler out of Michigan there. Late Night Disaster, number 8.
Tied for 9th with 85 points is going to be Old Time Raleigh. She's going to be a 3-year-old female owned by Kristen Renoff of Sheffield, Vermont, out of Del Bowers Fallbrook Clyde and Del Bowers Fallbrook Frigg, bred by Carrie Emerson. And that dog's going to be Old Time Raleigh, tied for 9th place.
And also tied with 9th or 85 points is Grand Champion Sidearm Coat of Many Colors. That sidearm name tells me this dog was bred by Lori Mills, and it is. It's a 3-year-old female that's owned by Christian Lewis and Josie Lewis, Haley Lewis, and Katie Lewis out of Tennessee. The sire is County Line Sidearm Crazy Carter, and the mother is Circle M Wabash River B Rad. Tied for 9th there, and the last one to get in. 85 points for this group of plot hounds. But hey, trends here. Averages in 2021, the average points was 73. This last year is 123 points. So yeah, jumped up 73 points to 74 to 93. Back down to 67, but then back up to 106. And as mentioned, this year is the highest at 123 for average number of points for plot hounds. Hey, again, going to be a stout class of plots that we're going to be looking at here, and hopefully they'll all be there. I think it was split right down the middle, wasn't it, for
Yeah.
spots? What was it here again? Yep, 5 and 5, 5 males, 5 females. But so good luck to all of the Plot Hounds in the feature show Friday night. Hey, moving on to Redbones here. 7 males and 3 females here. It's a little lopsided here in this group. More males than females. 274 points for the number one qualifier. 39 points to get in.
Yeah, and again, this dog right here is, I think it's won everything under the sun. It's going to be World Show Champion, National Grand Champion, Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 3, Wabash River Lost Highway with 274 points. He's going to be a 5-year-old male owned by Andy and Keith Emery of Lake Lure, North Carolina, and Curtis Elburn and Nikki Matthews. This dog is going to be out of Wabash River Marlboro Red and Wabash River Whole Lotta Rosie. Some notable wins. It's 27 category wins, and it was the overall U Show winner last year at Grand America. And this dog's going to be bred by Andy as well, and 274 points. That's pretty impressive.
Yep, I remember the first time I saw this dog was at National Redbone Days, and they asked me to be on the panel to judge the overall. And I think it's the first time I looked at this dog was one of the male winners in the class, and this was our selection. And I remember looking at that dog, and I thought, "Holy cow, this isn't gonna be the last show this dog's gonna win." And
Yeah.
look what it's done. Wabash
really
River
nice.
Lost Highway. Number two qualifier, 118 points is Grand Champion White Oak's Big Red Nash. That's going to be a 5-year-old male out of Max Meadows, Virginia, that is owned by Danny and Dakota Blanchett. The dog is sired by Benson's Oakwood Polished Steel, and Benson's Oakwood Whiskey Lullaby is the mother. Bred by Peggy Benson. Peggy and Jerry belong to our longtime members and of the Silver Lake Club, which was a neighboring club to our Whitley County Coon Hunters there in Indiana. But Peggy and Jerry have always showed a lot of great dogs, and this is one of them. They're older now, a lot older now, but it's kind of cool to see their name still on some dogs like here. Yeah. Number 2 qualifier, Big Red Nash. 27 category wins last year. Hey, that tells me this dog got in going to a lot of the smaller shows. Did it? Yep. It took the long road, but it got in, number 2 qualifier. Congratulations to Danny and Dakota Blanchett.
Coming in at 3rd place with 60 points is going to be Muddy Creek Montel. This dog is a 3-year-old male owned by Emma Rain Hall and Mark Garcia of Channelview, Texas. It's going to be bred by Kayla Cooper, one of our own here at UKC, and it's going to be out of Deep South Chattahoochee, man, and break out the Pepsi.
Yeah, I will add to that. Just we talked about blue tick, Mr.
Lee Hogan.
I don't want to. Lee Hogan. Yeah, Lee Hogan. He plays all the games. I tell you, another one that plays all the games is Kayla Cooper. And the sire to this dog, we didn't mention the titles out of it, but it's one of those that has titles that is twice as long as the dog's name here.
Yeah.
Number 4 qualifier, Grand Rivers, Where Legends Are Made, had 58 points to get in. Hey, this is just a young dog, 2-year-old male that's owned by Marissa Turner and Joe Lewis. Joe Lewis is one of the old seniors here and still doing it. Marissa is out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, but this dog is sired by her dog, Grand River's Cherokee Fiddle, and the mother is Grand River Running Down the Dream, was bred by Marissa Turner, and she was kind of out of it for a couple of years there, and bred had a litter here. Just I'm assuming this is one of those that she was just super high on, and looks like she got one of them in, so we'll see that dog. So congratulations to Marissa.
And then coming in at 5th place, or tied for a 3-way tie, it looks like, for 5th place. One of those is Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Little Fred's Red Tulip with 54 points. And this is going to be a 5-year-old female owned by Megan and Sarah Frederick of Memphis, Missouri. And it's going to be out of Pruitt's Salt River Rebel and Pruitt's Salt River Raina. This dog is going to be bred by Victoria Pruitt. 54 points to tie it for 5th place.
Yeah, this next dog also tied with fifth is going to be a dog out of Florida that was bred by, they call him the King, old Richard Lambert, long-haired hippie Richard Lambert. Grand Night champion, Grand Water champion, Grand Field champion, Grand champion for Els Betty HTX. She's a 4-year-old female that's owned by Shannon Smith and Michael Crawley, again out of Florida. And the sire is a hunting dog, Big Walnuts, Riverbanks was his name. And the mother is Richard Lambert's female, Els Bella there. Els Betty is her name.
And finishing up that tie for fifth with 54 points is going to be Grand Champion 2 PR Shooting Stars Crimson Beast. This dog is going to be a 2-year-old male owned by Sarah Frederick of Memphis, Missouri. And this dog's also going to be out a hunting dog. Grand Night Champion 2 PR Feldman's Red Buddy and Grand Champion Hall of Fame PR Little Fred's Red Tulip. So that's going to be out of the number 5, so tied with its mom. That dog's going to be bred by Megan Frederick.
Yeah, there you go. Number 8 qualifier had 44 points here. This is going to be off the World Show Champion Wabash River Lost Highway, the number 1 qualifier. This is going to be Champion Wabash River Limited Edition. The mother here is going to be Skyline's Cry Me a River. This is a 2-year-old female that's owned by Andy Emery. Now lives in Lake Lure, North Carolina. That was bred by Andy here. Number 8 qualifier, limited edition.
At 9th place is going to be Grand Champion 3 PR Umbreski's Northern Red Rust with 42 points. And it's going to be a 4-year-old male owned by Erica Umbreski of Whitehall, New York. It's going to be out of Merino's Northern Red Ranger and Fireball's Northern Red Brie, owned by Dennis Marino with 42 points. That's going to be Northern's Red Rust.
All right, last dog, last but not least, 39 points here to get in the group of Redbone's 10th overall, 2-year-old male owned by Stephanie J. Rowe and Justin J. Rowe out of West Virginia. Grand champion Monaga River Red Reuben. This dog is out of Grand River's Cherokee Fiddle again. We've seen Grand River running down the dream. Again, another entry that was bred by Miss Marissa Turner. Monongah River Red Reuben. So looking at some trends here for the Redbones in 2021, their average points was 41.2. Man, had a big jump in 2022 up to 85. In 2023, jumped up a little bit more, 89, back down to 83 in 24, back up last year into 95.5, and this year it backed off a little bit, 79.7 there. But again, a good group of Redbones, and look forward to seeing them on Friday night there at the feature show, Top 10 feature show. Hey, Danielle, that leaves us with one group, kind of your breed of choice here, treeing walkers. We have 4 males, 6 females got 6 females in here, 346 points. And I know that dog is going to be the number 1 overall qualifier this year, and 152 to get in this very competitive group of walkers here.
Yeah, the walkers this year was on it. In first place is going to be Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, PR Skyline and Leave You Dare the Devil with 346 points. She's going to be a 4-year-old female owned by Bridget Clary and Beth Jenkins of Bronx, Virginia. This dog is going to be out of National Grand Champion 2, RG Champion, PR Stack 'em Up the Business Breed, and Night Champion, Confirmation Grand Champions, PR Skyline Something Royal. This dog is bred by Beth Jenkins, and I think this dog has won just about everywhere it's went, but some of the wins is it had 30 category wins this year. Saturday it won Grand Champion Female at Blue Tick Days. It was the off-breed overall at the U Show at National Plot Days, as well as the overall show winner at Tree and Walker Days. This dog had 346 points, and of course was your highest point tabulator for Dog of the Year.
Yeah, very, very nice dog, and has won as much as any dog here in the last couple of years for sure. Number 2 qualifier, 242 points. That's 100 behind that first place qualifier here. But Grand Champion 2, Confirmation Champion Skylines, Lost Heritage, Most Wanted. Again, comes basically from the same stable of dogs, this time owned by Beth Jenkins and Cole Vanover, out of Virginia, a 4-year-old female, and is sired by All-American Golden Boy, and the mother is Lost Heritage Cherry Creek Scarlet. That was bred by Cole Vanover. 23 category wins this last year, and won the category on Friday and Saturday at Redbone Days.
Here's another dog that had high on points, 158 points. Like you said, still 100 behind the previous dog, but man, they're still racking them up. Third place is going to be Grand Champion 5, Confirmation Grand Champion PR Skylines F. Hugh. It's going to be a 5-year-old male owned by Dan Sidwell of Pocahontas, Illinois, and this dog is going to be out of Second Wind's Impressive Playboy and Grand Champion PR Second Wind Syndicated, bred by Janice Hunter. No stranger to the winning circle, doing great breeding, has great breeding programs. And of course, this dog is third place, Skyline's Hef Hugh.
There you go. Next dog, number 4 qualifier, is a Grand Champion Hall of Fame dog named Dry Creek Betting Time Betty. 196 points here. I'm not sure how that works out. 109. We must have a misprint here on one of these. It's a 3-year-old female owned by Brody Bailey and Jennifer Bailey out of Mooresboro, North Carolina. This dog is also off of a Grand Champion Hall of Fame. Skyline Stay in Your Lane is the sire. And then the mother is Pony Mountain's Music Maker Carly. That was bred by Denise Jeffs for the Dry Creek Betting Time Betty.
Coming in 5th place is going to be Champions PR Lost Heritage Bodak Yellow at 192 points. It's going to be a 5-year-old female owned by Beth Jenkins and Cole Vanover of Culpeper, Virginia. It's going to be out of Night Champion, Grand Champion, Swap Music, Big Hoss, and Lost Heritage Nothing Fancy, bred by Cole Vanover. This dog's going to be Lost Heritage Bodak Yellow.
All right, 184 points for the number 6 qualifier. Another Grand Champion Hall of Fame dog, Wabash River Indian Outlaw. That was bred by Morgan Elburn out of Indiana. It's a 4-year-old male that's owned by Jennifer Bailey of Mooresboro, North Carolina, and off of a Hall of Fame dog, Red Eagle Outlaw in the city, and the mother is Wabash River. She's a wonder, too. That's your number 6 qualifier.
Coming in 7th is going to be Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 4, Mason Dixon. She's a little sassy with 182 points. It's going to be a 5-year-old female owned by Joe and Lauren Moore of Morgantown, West Virginia. This dog's going to be out of World Show Champion, Laurel Valley Backwoods Boondocker, and Grand Champion Canyon Creek Little Meggie, owned by Steve Randolph. That's going to be Mason Dixon. She's a little sassy.
Actually, it was bred by Mr. Steve there. The late Mr. Steve Randolph also. He's had a lot of nice dogs over the years for sure. Number 8 qualifier, Grand Champion 4, All-American Western Justice, 176 points. These points are so tight here in this top 10 here. A 5-year-old male that's owned by Jordan Brooks out of Pounding Mill, Virginia. Here's another youth handler. Late Nights Way Out West is the sire, and the mother is Sideshow. Oops, I did it again. That was bred by Jordan's mom, Leslie Brooks, there for All-American Western Justice.
And let me go back real fast, too. That number 3 dog actually had 240 points.
Yeah, you're talking about Hugh Hef?
Yeah, yep, that's that.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. That'll cause a stir if we got one that, if that was the right amount of points, that dog would have fit in at like number 9 instead of number 3. But 240 points, just a correction there. F.U. had 240 points.
All right, coming in 9th place with 164 points is going to be Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Confirmation Champion PR, Drake's Windstorm. It's going to be a 5-year-old female owned by Beth Jenkins and Bridget Clary of Culpeper, Virginia. This dog's going to be bred by Natalie Atkins out of West Fork River, Terror of the Town, and National Grand Champion, Confirmation Grand Champion 4, Red Eagles Second Wind. It's going to be Drake's Windstorm with 164 points, coming in 9th.
Yeah, another beautiful dog. All of these dogs are, but that's one that's been doing quite a bit of winning too in the last several years. Number 10, last but not least here, HOP, RUSH, Grand Champion 2, Confirmation Grand Champion, Lost Heritage, Night Old Eldorado. 152 points here. That's a 5-year-old male that's owned by Beth Jenkins and Cole Vanover, again out of Virginia. The mother is again the sire is All-American Golden Boy here again, a Lost Heritage Cherry Creek Scarlet. It is the mother, bred again by Mr. Cole Vanover. But 152 points for the last qualifier. El Dorado here. Hey, trends for treeing walkers. These have been the highest averages over a bunch of years here. In 2021, every year it took over 100 points to get in this, the average anyway. 105 points in 2021 was the average. The next year it jumped up to 119, up to 124, a big jump up to 179, back down a little bit last year to 157. And this year, the average busted 200 points at 207.4 points for an average for this treeing walker top 10 here. But hey, again, an outstanding class of dogs, and obviously a highly competitive breed here. These dogs have won a lot throughout this last year. We're going to get to see them in this class on Friday night. So good luck to everybody there. Just a little recap here, kind of go over the top 5 point earners that we talked about here again. The number one dog here again was the treeing walker, Skyline and Leave You Dare the Devil, Bridget Clary, Beth Jenkins with 346 points. The number two qualifier, the number two overall as far as most points goes, is the National Grand World Show champion, Wabash River Lost Highway, Andy Emery. The number three qualifier with 246 points, another National Grand World Show champion, my dog I'm calling dibs, Wayne Steele, the plot hound there. 242 points, another Beth Jenkins entry, Skyline's Lost Heritage Most Wanted. And then number 5 is 240 points, Dan Sidwell's, the dog that we just talked about, Skyline's Hugh, is number 5 as far as most points. So all treeing walkers there again, except for the plot hound and the Redbone. And I guess 3 treeing walkers, but yeah, just very, very impressive there. Cutoffs for top 10. You got some numbers there?
Yeah. So for black and tans this year, it looks like the cutoff to make the top 10 was 37 points. American Leopards was 28 points. Blue Ticks was 66. English Coonhounds was a little bit higher with 86 points. Plots was 85. Redbones, you needed 39 points to get in that top 10, and the treeing walkers was 152. Still very doable at any level, like local level, all the way up. Anybody can do this.
Yeah, unless you're showing a treeing walker, I don't know. It's going to be pretty tough to go to a lot of little shows and get in on that one there. But you're going to have to defeat a lot of dogs. That's for dang sure. Hey, the total trend. So we talked about trends for each one of the breeds afterwards. And as far as overall, when we go and average everything out overall, we got some of these numbers that Trevor used to put together. And he was a numbers guy. And I love that he put some of this stuff together. Obviously, you had to add this last year here. But so in 2021, if we did the average number of points it took, and it doesn't really mean anything, the number in your breed means more than this will. But the overall average in 2021 was 57 is what the average points was. 2022 jumped up to 76. 23, it jumped up to 86. Down just 2 points, 84 in 2024. Last year, it jumped back up to 95. And this year, it jumped up to 109 for an average. But I think it kind of speaks for how popular this top 10 show and competition has become. And, it's got a good prize package. And, this year we're going to, we always had hors d'oeuvres down on the floor on Friday night for those and for all the handlers and the owners and all this and that. And we did it immediately following the calling of the cast on Friday night. And sometimes that was kind of a little bit of a rush. So this year, we're actually going to move all that stuff up on the concourse. You're going to be able to do the handlers meeting, Danielle, with at a lot better time. I think that starts at 4 o'clock maybe?
Yeah,
4:30, something like that.
Yeah.
4 o'clock, something like that. And it'll be up there and give them, be a little more relaxed and not trying to rush out or get out of one thing, calling casts, and rush into this. But hey, also want to invite folks to come sit in the stands. This is a great show to sit there in the stands, comfortable seating. It's different to watch a show here at the Winter Classic from a elevated position like that. If you're sitting in the stands, that's pretty cool. And so hopefully we'll get a bunch of folks to come out and watch this. And again, I want to congratulate everybody on behalf of the hunting ops department here on qualifying for this show. And hopefully you've enjoyed listening to this podcast. And anything you want to add, Danielle?
Hey, just make sure we support these vendors that's really going out there. That's Coon Dog Wear and Hunt Dog Supply. Without them, we couldn't have this top 10 like this.
Yep, and you mentioned them because they are a couple of our special sponsors for Winter Classic this year. But so hey, with that, hope you've enjoyed this podcast and us recognizing these dogs a long year for them. And hey, the qualifying year has already started for this next year, and the dogs showing on Friday and Saturday. They're going to be getting top 10 points, just like they have at any licensed UKC licensed bench show since November 1st. So look forward to seeing these dogs again. Again, congratulations and good luck. And hopefully, maybe we will have the winner on this podcast to talk about their win after the Winter Classic show here. So with that, we're out and look forward to the next podcast coming up. Thank you all.
Thank you for listening to the UKC Hunting Ops Podcast. Be sure to give us a follow so you don't miss any of our new episodes or content.